Welcome. This is our debut episode, and we're so happy to, be on the airways and out in the public. We're going to go around and basically talk about what we've been up to. So, what have you been up to, Aaron?
Well, as most of you know, well, maybe all of you don't know, I moved to New York City in June. So this summer has been me just discovering the city, figuring out how to get around. I still love the train, so maybe I'm not an actual New Yorker yet. And just working and finding my way, trying to make sure that I really understand the city and growing to love it. That's literally all I've been doing.
Yeah, I was I was thinking about how I was going to start the show off last night, and I kind of want to go around and remember when I DM'd you about being a part of the project, and I was just really, really happy and that you were able to come and that you're here and that everything is working out for you. So it's a blessing to have you.
Thank you. It's a blessing to be here.
For being here and just being a part of our family. So yes, I just knew things. I had to have you. We had to have you. So I'm glad you're here. So yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, Trey.
Hey. See, Barbara Walters over here is introducing us all.
Yes.
But this summer I moved to New York City. I spent 2 years going to school in Baltimore. It was cute. It was fun, but I kind of wanted to move to the city. So I'm now attending the Fashion Institute of Technology. Okay. I'm excited. I just started around August 20th, so I'm just hit my month mark. So I'm still learning the city. Yes, I'm afraid of trains. I'm scared. I have never taken a train a day of my life.
If you're scared, go to church.
I am bougie. I take an Uber everywhere I go. And that is who I am.
Yes.
The Philly boy is a little bougie.
Yeah, okay.
But don't get me twisted.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my summer was that and just working. I just do I'm a little lifeguard during the summer and whatnot.
Yeah, save lives. Grey's Anatomy.
Just a little something. Yeah. But I'm happy that we are here because I'm so excited to do this.
Yeah, I remember, I have to say this too. I remember reaching out to you, and you were the first person that I reached out to, and was just really, really interested in working with you. And when I found out that you could possibly be going to school here, I just knew that we had to be friends and we had to be collaborators. And I've always been very just into all of your social media as far as music, art, and just, everything that you have. So I was really, really glad that you were able to come. We were all holding our breaths from February until when? June?
Till April.
April, okay. And when I found out you got accepted and that everything was on the up and up, I said, thank God. And it's so funny how our lives all aligned at one point.
Yeah.
We've come to this point, so
it's destiny.
Yeah. And my next bitch, my favorite bitch. Stevie, what's up? Tell me something.
What's up, y'all? My summer really wasn't that much. I did a lot of partying. I did work.
I love it.
Everybody thinks that I'm the hugest socialite ever, and I promise you, I'm not. I don't know what you guys are thinking, all these followers and all this other shit. Listen, y'all, I'm not what y'all think. I am just regular old me. Stevie, Steven, whatever you want to call her.
Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block. I'm from Long Island, I'm from the Bronx. It's just, my summer's been pretty regular.
That's good. Yeah. Now, I gotta be shady. Stevie is the only one, when I reached out to him, he was like, bitch, let me think about it, girl.
Lord.
No. And I'm so glad that you did. And let me say that you did it in a very respectful way. It was just very much of girl, this is a big responsibility. Mm-hmm. I need to check my schedule. I need to align my spirits and just really, really understand if I can give this, So nonetheless, like, I'm really, really glad that, you know, you got back to me and that you were able to, you know, come onto this project just because I literally selected each and every one of you for a certain reason and for a talent that you possess. And it just wasn't right without any of y'all. So, again, I'm just really, really glad to have everybody. And I've had an amazing summer. Like, this has probably been one of the best summers that I've had in, like, oh Jesus, like maybe 3 or 4 years. And just, you know, hanging out and partying and just being in New York City is amazing during the summer because I hate the winter. So, like, parties, drinks, men, dates, like, oh my God. So working, school, and just pretty much dating has been what I've been doing this summer, and getting shit together for this podcast. And now we're moving into the fall and we're here. And it's September. I know y'all were over us because we kept saying, like, bitch, we coming out in September.
Asking for a date, bitch. We ain't had one. The best
Our Twitter was buzzing.
Yeah. So now we here. And we thank you for having us. So, yeah, like, I'm going to pass it over to Aaron for our first topic. What's up?
What's up? So, the first topic, what I really want to talk about first is safe spaces. I think that it's very, very important. And it kind of aligns with what we're doing here. I think that this podcast creates a safe space for us to be able to be ourselves and talk about what moves us and what pushes us through life and the things that inspire us and, you know, help us get up in the morning. And I think that as Black queer men, it's very difficult to find safe spaces in this world. And so it's our responsibility to help create them. And so what I wanted to do first is just to ask, you know, what are you guys' safe spaces if they exist right now?
Oh, this is a big question. I mean,
this is a very triggering question for me. Oh my God.
I mean, I gotta think about, like, I just moved here, so I really don't have many safe spaces, safe places where I'm just like, I mean, for me, I think safe spaces are places where you feel comfortable to be alone and just be yourself. And for me, I live in a dorm. If many of you don't know, New York City, Manhattan, Chelsea, I live in a Matchbox. So I share a room with another person.
Oh, God.
I literally have moved from being a kid with his own room to sharing a room with someone from Iowa. So, I mean, it's a new experience, but I take certain lengths when I'm not around other people to just make sure and check in with myself. I think that's what is really needed, just to check in, a good check-in with yourself. What do you guys think?
I want to say that I have to admit that you would think that your house or like your apartment or your home would be a safe space for you, but unfortunately it's not for me, which is something that, like, I really want to work on. And, you know, obviously, like, if you have roommates, there's only but so much that you can do to facilitate that atmosphere. But I want to say, as far as just safe, I think y'all are aware that, like, I go to, like, a group meeting of, you know, gay men of color. And it's every Thursday, and it's about maybe like 12 of us. And we just basically go around and we just talk about the problems that we face being gay. And that's like a really, really safe space for me because I feel as though, like, nobody's judging me. I can be as honest as I want to in regards to, like, sex, escapades, you know? And I feel like sometimes even when you're talking, like, being gay and when you're talking with friends, it's just like when you tell a story, it's like, okay, you already know that the girls is judging you
from the jump.
Right. So it's really hard to, you know, I hate to say that, but even some friends that you have, you're not really able to be as transparent as you would like, you know? But that's really one space that I'm able to really, like, let my hair down and just be like, girl, I sucked a dick last night, bitch. And it was getting big, bitch. Like, and, like, not feel any type of shame about it. Like,
Right.
you know, mind you, I be judging them because I'm like, oh, bitch, you nasty.
I didn't want to hear that.
So yeah, that's definitely like a safe space for me, but that's only one. And, you know, you think about all of the spaces that we permeate and that we have to be around and the people that we have to be around, and it's just like, girl, that's the only place that you feel safe throughout your day. And that, like I said, I only go there once a week, and it's only for an hour. So, yeah.
That's for you. my safest place, you said that it isn't your home, but mine is my home. Like, my bedroom is just like my space. Like, I don't care what's going on around me. Once I'm in there and that door is closed and it's locked and my music is flowing, that's it. Like, you can't get me out of there unless I come out. It's not gonna happen. Like, this is just my place. And like you said, you don't have this place like at your home, right? Like that. But me, it's definitely my house. Like, all I need is my phone, my computer, my music, and that's it. Like, it doesn't get it's nothing extra. It's just those three things, and I'm good. Like, a light of candle, maybe. You know, get a little incense going, maybe. Setting the mood for nobody but me. You know, not like a whole bunch of people. Yeah. Just me. You know, and everybody needs that time to just like, listen, let me get myself together real quick, and we can go out and go to whatever. But that time of me being in my room is all I need sometimes. Only. Like, it's not like, oh, you need a whole bunch of people. Let me go talk to my friends. No, I just need me sometimes. Not a whole bunch of, oh, well, you should do this, you should do that. No. Me.
I love you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like opinions. I like people advice, like giving advice to people and taking sometimes. But sometimes you know yourself better than anyone else. So it's like, I'm gonna get myself together. But I like your advice. I take it. I'm absorbing it. But let me get me together first. You know?
I mean, this right here for me is like a safe space. I think for us all, we're able to open up and share. And this is like a therapy session. I mean, we're literally talking, explaining, talking out all thoughts, all feelings, all experiences, and while getting other opinions, we're also being able to just be ourselves. And I think that's what we kind of wanted with this show. I think we wanted to make sure that you're hearing us, but you're also like talking to yourself while you're listening, like, yeah, I've been that way, I felt that way. Like, that's important for us. I think all of us, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but
please
I'm speaking for the choir when I say, I think that we just wanted, like, this is your time with your friends, your homeboys, your homegirls, like, you chilling, you are comfortable. This is your safe space. You can talk to us.
You know, I think that's what's really, really important. Not to climb up the back of what you said, you know, friends, climb up the back. Hey. But my safe space is my friends. And, you know, the people that know me well and the people that know me, you know, the most, they know that when I'm around them, if I'm able to completely relax and just be myself, that's where I feel safe, because safe to me is relaxation. Safe to me is being able to just completely let go and just do whatever I want, say whatever I want without fear of any sort of like retaliation or reaction that's not positive. And for me, I find that in my friends. And so wherever my friends are and me, wherever I am that they are, that's just a safe space for me, because not only do they look out for me emotionally, but they look out for me physically. And so I never feel like I'm like, you know, in danger or, you know, what have you, as long as I have one of my road dogs next to me. And y'all know who you are. I love y'all. And to piggyback off of what Trey said, I hope that this becomes another safe space for us. I mean, one besides your room, Trey. Yeah. I mean, one besides and one besides your house, and one besides, you know,
my group.
Your group, yes. And I hope that this becomes another safe space, because, you know, we're all in this together. So hopefully I want that to expand outwards. So hopefully that gets there.
Yeah, I again, and let me reiterate, because I didn't say it. Obviously, the reason why we created this podcast is we have very limited safe spaces as queer men of color. So the only solution that we have is to create a safe space that we can, you know, grow and maintain. So again, that's what we've done, and we're going to continue to do that. So again, I ask people to just come as you are and really come to listen and come to learn and come to engage and to add to what we're doing as well, because the conversation continues once you've like turned off the podcast. So yeah, I also kind of like wanted to turn this into, we have safe spaces, and I'm sorry, I forgot. I remember the reason why we wanted to talk about this is because I actually had a friend call me and kind of lay something on my heart, and making the long story short, I basically, a friend of his was raped by a person that he like met off object, And it's so crazy because we are all on Jack. It's just like, girl, if you're not on Jack, you've been on Jack, okay?
I was on Jack about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Okay, so like, or you gonna be on Jack, you know what I'm saying? Like,
tonight.
Maybe a little tonight.
right, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was a very like, wow. I think that we're closer than we actually think we are. And the things that may happen to you or to a friend, it's a possibility that it could happen to you, and I hope that made sense. So, when he was telling me about it, like I was like putting myself in his shoes, and it's just so crazy that we have these apps, and regardless of how you use them or how you want to use them or how other people use them, it's still a space for us to like explore and to experiment our sexuality. And it's really fucked up that like someone can log on and like be raped in a sense, and it's really scary because it's just like being gay, it's just like shunned, so we don't really have any spaces to practice out in the open and to be gay in the open. So like in turn we go to these apps, but like these apps really aren't the best place for us to experiment and to really be who we are and just to explore. So it just really scares me. I think that this could have been this could have been me, like bitch, we done all been on Jack for some dick, bitch, like, and I hate to like add humor to it, but you really do,
We all, I mean, it's something that we all do, and I think that we have to look and find safe spaces for ourselves, because everyone's been on Jacked, or if you haven't, you've been on something similar, and you play at that risk knowing that this could happen, and it's hard to stay away because this is also one of the only spaces you can be. So you have to. You're always playing devil's advocate. Like, look, I mean, this is I potentially have a risk of me being raped or sexually assaulted
or
harmed in any way, but I also want to fulfill myself and be true to myself, and this is one of the few only forms where I can. So there's a give and take with it, and it's really hard.
Yeah, I had a conversation with the guy that I had wanted to date with, and we discussed it just because I really be wanting to know, like, where people's thought processes are with things like that, because it's just like, okay, so if you think that there's an excuse for this bitch, I may need to stop talking to you, And he was just saying how like there are proper precautions that you can take, and I'm just like, no, there's no way that you're gonna know that this is gonna happen to you. Like I've been in those type of situations, and I've been sexually assaulted before. I've been in a situation where I've logged on to Jack. I've met someone who I thought was gay, but they were actually straight, and they stole my phone. Like there have been situations like that before, and it's just like, well, wow, girl, like I'm just thinking, girl, I'm about to get my thing wet, and there's no inclination, like, I mean, obviously, I think I'm a very intuitive person, so, like, if I had gotten any, like, sense of danger in my heart, like, I would have stopped, but it was just nothing. Everything was just as regular as it always is. You log on, you have your conversations, you exchange numbers, and then that's that.
And then you go on about it.
Right. So again, it just really, really scares me because it's just like, and there's more to the story, but again, the fact that like, the dude said no, and it's crazy. So I don't know. I really want things to change, and I said this in group a few weeks ago, like a while ago, but I really want being gay and just being Black and gay to like be moved from darkness and really put in light.
You said that's exactly what I was thinking. I think because this whole Jack's culture and what has become a thing in and of itself,
the hookup culture,
it comes from being driven into the darkness, the proverbial closet that we all have to quote unquote come out of, and how the stigma just makes you look at gay as something to be discovered, something to be found out, which means that you have to hide it. And so in hiding it, you retreat onto these apps because you can't necessarily just like see a guy in Starbucks and hit on him like a normal quote unquote heterosexual person would. A guy just walk into a girl and say, hey, I think you're beautiful, could I get your number? You can't necessarily do that in the broad light of day because you might get punched in your nose, and that comes from so many years of the stigma being created and perpetuated when it comes to gay, not just gay, but for the sake of this conversation, gay people and, what we do and what is perceived that we do and what have you. And so we got to come out of the darkness, because not only will that not erase but lessen the hookup culture, but it'll also create more spaces for us to be ourselves, not only at night, but also, at high noon. And so that's very important.
No shade. I just really want and mind you, I'm one of the girls that's out and about, and I still feel like there's this cloud just hanging over me being gay, and just like really, really me being happy. And I feel like that cloud is hanging over everybody that I've touched, like as far as dating and whatnot. And I think that once you get comfortable with yourself, there's still like that other hump.
Right. Once you get done with that mountain, there's another mountain.
There's always a mountain.
Right.
But there's always a mountain.
Yeah.
There's always one. Hi, this is Trey. You are listening to Him. And make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Him Podcast. And check out our site at himpodcast.com. Don't be shy. You better come on and check us out. But the thing is, I think with mountains, I think you have to kind of also take care of yourself. I think self-care is truly important when you're in a relationship, when you're not in a relationship, no matter what you're doing. I think it's always important to take time for yourself to do what you love and make sure that you're happy. We all have different ones. I know myself, I'm a huge advocate for meditation. I do it every day for about an hour. That is my thing. And it just keeps me zen and keeps me kind of just working, just thinking about what is going on in my life. I like to talk to myself in my head, not with other people around, okay? So, no, you can't say I'm crazy, but it gives me time to talk to myself, plan through things, plan out things. Just make sure that I am one and I am okay. And then I also do yoga. That's my thing. I'm not a yogi. I'm a yoga person. I'm just a novice. I'm just starting. I can't be put in all these other positions yet. Okay? I ain't that flexible. But I can bend over and pound the floor though. But I'm saying yoga has really. I started it this summer, and I would go. My first time I went to the park by myself, right in front of a fountain, and no one was around. It was just peaceful and beautiful, and just I connected with myself more than anything, because I was just like, wow, look at the world. We live in a beautiful world, and while it's jaded and we have a lot of things to be upset about and to fight for, sometimes it takes time to just look and say, wow, this is just. The sky is beautiful. You are beautiful. You get on your anyanla and just love yourself.
I love it.
So I think that is my self-care regimen that I know I'm going to keep for as long as I shall live. Hopefully.
Do you use a specific app when you meditate, or do you use an app at all?
I don't use an app at all, but okay. I know that there are some apps. I know if you go on the app store and click on meditation, there's 100,000 apps.
Right.
I started off just doing a mantra like I am one, or peace and love. Or you can also just start with just music. I think we all connect to music. I think we all love music, and just playing a song, something to zone you out. And to not think of it, not a song that you gonna know, you gonna start singing and belting to. So Beyonce, I love you, but I can't play you because I will belt.
Right, who can meditate to Beyonce?
I may belt, and
it's to get up and do the choreography
and put on a concert. But put on some good Sade.
Sade's good.
Listen to her soulful vocals.
Yeah.
And something soothing and something mellow that gets you zoned out and just calm. Because I think for me, I use meditation more to kind of combat anger and just angriness, because I feel like you can't be angry all the time. I think that it takes too much energy, and you can use that energy to find solutions in life. And to keep me from being angry and wanting to punch a few people in the face.
Which is so funny because I don't see you as an angry person. So like,
Look,
Deep down in my soul.
peaceful person now, peaceful Trey now. It wasn't peaceful Trey about 3 years ago, but the meditation did help. I mean, it keeps anger down. It keeps you from cursing people out, showing your petty side. I mean, so that's my self-care. I mean, Steve, do you have any self-care tips?
You tapped on the music. That is like the main part of me. Like in just grabbing 1 or 2 songs and like list it out that I have to listen to every single day to just keep going. Like, I'm having a bad day. Let me just go to my album, play this song. Alright. And now just go. Like, that's it. Like 1, 2, maybe 3 songs. That's all you need. The music is just me. Like, I have to have it. Like, it's like food to me. Like, if I don't have it, my day will be like, alright, you know what? Pause.
Okay, it's
Let me. Can I come back to you for a second?
All right.
Let me put the song on. You know, the song's on 3 minutes. 3 minutes go, and I'm back. Hey, all right. So what were you saying? Now I'm back. It's just like something that I have to do with the music. The music has to be there. I honestly don't even watch television as much because the music is always there. Like, oh, it's like your TV is starting to get a little dusty. I said I don't watch it. Yeah. I got 2 days of the week I watch television. Monday and Tuesday. That's it.
we love you live tweeting.
Live tweeting. That's fucking time.
I know when you watching TV.
It's just gonna keep going and going and going. Stevie saying this, Stevie saying that, loving hip hop this,
Right.
having have nots this, stuff like that. But the music is the biggest part. Like nothing else comes before it. Like nothing. Everyone would think that, oh well, he's watching all these shows. No. The TV's off Wednesday through Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, then the TV comes on.
Aaron, what were your things of self-care? What were your tips?
So I think that my self-care is related to my appearance. Now let's
Hold on, I gotta interrupt you.
Right.
Hey, go shade, bro. I gotta give you your motherfucking tea.
Wait, hold on. Let me say, before we started recording, Aaron came back from getting a haircut. He was early this morning.
Yes.
Walked in, texted us all. I'm getting a haircut. I'm leaving. I almost forgot my mic, but I mean, this haircut was needed.
It's important.
It was important. He came in. He had the pick. I walked in, just picking it. It's immaculate right now.
Looking like a Brooklyn snack. That's
Yes.
what you're giving me right now.
Y'all,
Go ahead.
chill out.
I'm giving you.
No, thank you so much.
You look the fuck good.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you so much. And not to take it in like a vain direction, I just feel like I firmly believe that if I like what I see when I'm looking at me when I'm walking past the mirror,
Come on.
I feel like that really when you see yourself and you like what you see, I think that uplifts your mood for the day. You're more energetic, you're more open and friendly, so you make more friends and you get more things done because your energy is higher because you like, your energy is better because you like what you see. And so I think that's really important for me. I have a really, really big focus in moisturization and skincare. And I do everything I can to make sure that those areas are well covered. And so for me, whenever I'm feeling bad or sad or over it, I grab one of the mini masks that I have. And, I take a shower and lather myself in an essential oil, almonds, argan, coconut. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, I take some oils and I put them on after I shower and I just like it makes you feel better. And I think that's really, really, really important. So any of you that identify with me as it relates to, you like wearing masks, get you a man who cares about his skin more than he cares about you. I feel as if, that thing is really, really important. So if ever you're feeling, sad one day, just take care of yourself for one day. Buy some really, really cool scrub, some face scrub or, some oils for your scalp or what have you. Rub them all in and see how good you feel. And I think that's really, really that's a great thing to do.
Yeah, I really don't have that many things that are like rituals that I do. But I will say I just got into drinking tea.
That's the one.
Yeah,
It's oh my god, it's enriching.
Specifically, I drink this tea. The flavor is called Sweet Rose, so it's supposed to have like extracts. I can't even get it out. Ingredients from a rose and like chamomile and some other things, but it's really really great and it's organic. And I try not to be a bird and put sugar and honey in it, but I usually drink it straight. But it really really like calms me, and I drink one at night, and I drink sometimes in the morning. Sometimes I'll have like a couple of cups of tea
That's
like during the day, but I've been really, really trying to get away from coffee. When I lived in Virginia, I had just started drinking coffee. And then when I moved here, it just became a thing of routine when I would go to work. So just like, getting ready to work, go get a cup of coffee, and then it turned into like an everyday thing. And now being in school, like I literally may have a cup of coffee like 3 times a day. And it's like really, really bad. So I just wanted to, again, limit my coffee intake and also drink more water. So bitch, no shade. Water will get you together.
Water, your body will thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta get your water in. You gotta get your tea in, and you gotta, really eat your fruit. Like that's another thing that I've done, that I've changed since living in Virginia. Now living in New York, I eat a lot of fruit. So yeah, those are like my self-care tips.
Them diced pineapple.
Okay.
Watermelon.
You know what I'm saying? Some of that strawberry flavored lube.
Strawberry flavored.
No. What? No, actual fruit. What? Who said that? Wasn't me. Hey, this is Aaron. You're listening to Him. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Him Podcast, or you can enter our world at himpodcast.com.
Yeah. So we about to break it off into something interesting, and this is actually like I feel like it was a very controversial. Well, not really controversial, but like I feel like the girls is gonna go into frenzy for this. But is there a right way to end a relationship or basically break up with a person?
Let me tell you.
Yeah. So what's up? Like
I feel like people approach this so fucked up, and society has taught us, especially like in this time, the millennials. Society has taught us to just like kind of fade away, just fade right, like that gif of Homer Simpson just fading right into the leaves.
The ghosting.
That people really think that that's the way to do it, and it's like you forget that this is another human. This is somebody that has their own complex emotions. Like think about it like this. What you think about all day and how complex and multifaceted you are, somebody else is exactly the same way. And to treat them with that sort of disrespect is just foul. Whether you guys were just quote unquote talking or if you were actual relationship, the best way to break up with somebody is just to do it. But you have to do it. Don't just disappear, stop texting back, start avoiding them, block them on everything. Have a conversation with them. Now, whatever comes as a result of the conversation, if they get mad at you, what have you, handle it when it comes to that level. But in the beginning, you have to have a conversation with them. Tell them how you feel. Because if y'all was fucking, or if y'all was boo loving till 4 a.m. on the phone, or watching each other sleep on FaceTime, if y'all was doing all those things, then you should have it in you to have that kind of conversation with them. You should have enough respect to have that kind of conversation with them. And if you don't, then you shouldn't be in a relationship, or you shouldn't be talking to nobody. That's how I feel.
I feel triggered. No, but I just want to say, I was boo loving and what not. And recently was ghosted. Now, let me tell you, I am ashamed to say that I have ghosted a few people.
Okay.
Hey, so have I. I was young and stupid. Don't get me wrong.
And look, Trey is 21. I am 21. Yes, I said that in the third person. I am still young. Look, I have ghosted, and to those people, I have apologized.
Deep down,
deep down, I feel bad. But anyway, I was talking to somebody, and they ghosted me, but not in the way that like you start doing the one-off answers. That's my type of ghosting. Like I give you one-off. Like I'm no longer interested one off. I will continue the conversation, but not fully invested. This person literally cut off all communications a day after we were talking. We were talking all day that one day, and then the next day, nothing.
As if he had got hit by a car.
Yes, like you are dead. You are kidnapped, captured. The Power Rangers have come and gotten you.
Right.
I just thought
Hostage.
that something had happened. So I'm like, we're talking, we're into each other, we're showing some type of signs of growing and blossoming, and I just hit you up like, yo, we grown people, and if we don't want to, if you're no longer interested, you no longer want to be around me, want to talk to me, just let me know. That doesn't hurt my feelings as much as you ghosting, because then it makes me feel like something I did was completely 100% wrong or offended you in some way. If you just tell me like, oh, I'm no longer interested, then let me be clear. I'll be so happy, because then I know that there's somebody else out there and I don't have to invest. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to ghost me, ghost me to the point of like you captured and it's taken too, then we're going to have a problem, because I need you to be just open and honest. I think that's all I want.
Yeah. Like I always tell the girls, I didn't suck your dick by text message, so don't break up with me by text message.
Okay.
Like, girl, like,
do a face-to-face sometimes too.
No shade.
I'm here for it.
And I just like recently ended a transaction with a gentleman, and
A transaction.
Yeah, I call it transaction because that's what it was. And it was just very much I just was very disappointed, just because out of anyone that I've dated in New York, I put like, I think I respect him like a lot, and I just like, I respect him intellectually and just spiritually. So like, I'm really, really like disappointed in him. And just like, he's been very destructive for the past week. So it's just been like, come on, dude, really? And I think that I'm a really down person. Like literally, I have this like high tolerance for bullshit, so that you can carry. And I'm going like, I'm going to sit up here and continue to like let you carry, because something's wrong, because this is not your like regular behavior. And like once I like realized that, okay, like you're really dealing with something, then like I had to back away, because like in my current state, I'm not able to like sit with you and really be with you while you like focus and get all of this turmoil out of the way, So I just had to really, really step back, and I want to say that like, yes, it's not, don't ever just kind of like fade to black, because that's not like adult at all. But sometimes that's like the best thing that you can do, because the other person isn't really giving you the answers that you want, you know? And especially like if you are, because with me, like I was like trying to sit down, like, oh, let's go here, like let's discuss this and let's do this. But, when you keep telling me, oh, I can't do this, we can't talk, okay, well, bitch, I'm about to pack this motherfucking shit up on my own. I'm going to make my own closure, close my register out, bitch. And motherfucking display is closed. It's like, that's that.
Yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
That's all I have to say to that. But yeah. What about you, Stevie?
Now listen, I don't agree with the part where, just everything. It's just like, I need a conversation.
Yeah.
I need a conversation. But I also say that when I'm coming into a relationship, I tell them straight up, like, listen, if it's any point in time that you're not feeling me any longer, please let me know. I'm the type of person that need okay, so when we break up, I need a little time to myself to just gather and get myself together once again. Like, get myself together. I can't just jump. Because some people are just able to just jump from relationship to relationship. I need a second.
See, I need
like a huge second to get it together. Like if there's like a maximum, I need the max. Like I don't know if it's like the maximum amount, I need the max. Like 2 Tylenol, no, I need 3 Tylenol, maybe 4. I'm ODing right now. Like, I need it all. But yeah, I just let me know in the beginning. Like let me just know, like Stevie, listen, I'm not feeling you anymore. I just want you to know that, okay, so Stevie is going to go in his room now and get himself together. And people don't think that over me. Like I'm social, I'm talking.
Yeah.
I am the person that goes, man, in his room and just...
I mean, the important thing to do is as soon as you feel that you're not 100% anymore, that's the time to say something. People, it's like they want to solve it internally before, I just want to see if I can fix this first. But then you cross over from being with that person to playing with their emotions because you're not 100% anymore. You're like at a smooth 80, but they're still at 100. So you have to, as soon as you're not 100% anymore, then that's the time to say something, because otherwise you're just kind of toying around with someone then. And it's like, people aren't games. People are people. And so it's, try to make a decision that is going to both benefit you and them. Don't just think about yourself, think about them too, because, up to that point, you guys were becoming something.
I'm going to get off topic for one point, but like, the reason why in my situation, like I generally date with this person, I let him like be the man, and so when I date, I know my thing is me being over controlling, or controlling, and so like, with me, I really try to let him do everything on his own accord, like in his own time and whatnot. But again, please do realize that I have like an emotional presence. I'm an emotional being, and that those emotions have a timeline on them sometimes, and it's just like, okay, girl, like you have carried
for the longest,
carried some more, bitch. No, I have to, like, as a man, like, I can't be as submissive as some people would like, but it's just like, as my person and as a man, like, I have to make my own decisions, and bitch, pack this up, because bitch, you ain't protecting my magic right now. Like, you are not putting me first, you're putting yourself first, and I think that anytime when you're in a situation with somebody, you're making decisions without them emotionally.
That's not right.
Because bitch, I'm in this motherfucking shit with you. So that's what I would say. Like, girl, I can't. So
I want you to.
So yeah, that's that on that.
That is, I mean, we are in breakup mode. I mean, Lord, I can't.
But it's so crazy because I like closed that transaction, and then like 3 days I went out on a date with someone new. So
I am that person now.
I can't do that.
I'm a relationship person. I am the J-Lo. I could move from Mark Anthony to a dancer, from a dancer to A-Rod. I will move. I will do that to you. I like being in a relationship. I like that sense of having someone next to you, having someone that you're with, a partnership. I like it all. But don't get me wrong, I will lose you in 5.2 seconds. I have no problem.
You have to be careful. It's good to want companionship. We're humans. We're sexual. We crave intimacy. You have to be careful to not let somebody that you're dating be a warm body. And somebody that's just there to fill that need for companionship, because like I said before, they're a human, and you can't reduce them to that, because they might be looking at this as something different. For you, it's just like, oh cool, I got somebody to cuddle with at night. And for them, it could be, wow, I'm really cuddling with who might be my next. So always have the other person's thoughts and feelings in your head as well as your own. That's difficult to do. Very, very difficult to do, but at least try.
Not really, because I was on a date, the same date that I was just telling you about, like, when we're having dinner, and I'm just like, okay, like, can I say something right quick? And he's just like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, okay, like, I literally just got out of something last week, and like, I really appreciate your time and your beauty, but I'm not really looking for anything like, serious, like right now. And so I think that's the best way to say that.
That's excellent.
Straightforward.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love a good cuddle, though.
I mean, same. I was kind of thinking, we're in New York City. I thought I was going to, put a little ad up, professional cuddler. I got mad long, like, arms and legs. I can wrap them around you twice, and just,
Aaron is fishing
we can
on
all
the
fall asleep.
podcast.
I am. DM him podcast if you want to take me out.
But you gotta wrap it up and whatnot. But it was a great first episode.
Amazing.
We're so glad that you tuned in and that you came to listen. We thank you for all of your retweets, your likes on Instagram, your retweets on Twitter, and we also thank you for coming to our website, which is himpodcast.com. We ask that you continue to like and retweet us on Instagram and Twitter, and we also ask that you continue to visit our site and to leave us a message, drop us a line, shout us out, do whatever you love.
We are coming back to you again, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah.